worst thing your stepchild has ever done? A few months ago, I walked into my deceased daughter's art room, where I saw my stepdaughter Amanda tearing everything apart. Sketchbooks, paintings. She'd torn most of Erin's life's work into pieces. Amanda looked up at me, and for a split second, I saw pure panic flash across her face, before it hardened into something darker. Amanda had been living with us for 8 months, ever since Roger and I married, and every day has been psychological warfare disguised as teenage adjustment. She'd break something of mine during an outburst, then show up to dinner looking genuinely sorry, asking if I needed help cleaning up. Roger always rushed to make excuses about divorce trauma and adjustment issues, while I apologized for being too sensitive. The art room had been sacred ground, the one space that stayed exactly as Erin left it before the accident took her 2 years ago. Amanda had been circling it for weeks, claiming she needed somewhere quiet to study, even though her grades kept dropping. Roger casually mentioned Amanda's therapist thought a dedicated gaming area might help her anxiety, and I felt ice settle in my stomach. One day, Amanda came into Erin's room as I was dusting. She gestured at the chaos of her room and said, "Erin's gone anyway, so why does the spare room matter more than me being comfortable in my own home?" I bent down to grab one of Erin's sketches, and Amanda's foot slammed down on my wrist, hitting my hand to the floor. She looked down at me with dead eyes and said, "Maybe now Dad will finally see you care more about dead people than living ones." I twisted free and backed toward the doorway while Amanda watched with her arms crossed, like she was enjoying the show. The sketch was destroyed in my hand, and I could feel tears coming, but refused to give her the satisfaction. Roger's car pulled into the driveway, and Amanda transformed like someone flipped a switch. She started picking up torn papers with exaggerated care, and when Roger walked in, Amanda looked up with tears streaming down her face, saying she'd accidentally knocked over some things while looking for a pencil. Roger immediately rushed to comfort Amanda, asking if she was hurt while I stood there, holding the destroyed sketch, trying to find my voice. Amanda leaned into Roger's embrace and said she felt terrible about the mess, but maybe this was a sign we should finally turn this room into something the whole family could use. Roger looked around at the destruction, then at me, and I watched him form the narrative in real time about accidents and family healing. I opened my mouth to explain what really happened, but Amanda caught my eye over Roger's shoulder and smiled the coldest smile I'd ever seen. Roger was already nodding, saying maybe Amanda was right about needing this space and asking why I looked so upset about some old drawings. Amanda's smile widened as Roger suggested we could frame Erin's best pieces and put the rest in storage to make room for Amanda's setup. I realized in that moment that Amanda hadn't just destroyed Erin's art, she destroyed any chance Roger would ever believe me about what his daughter really was. Full story on channel, linked below.